And now the results are in. Taking the podium this month for the Cycling Men of Leisure:
Franklin Johnson, Alex Bell, Barbara Sharp, Mandy Johnson, Kip Uthold, Joe Grammer, Dennis Keeler, and honorable mention, Keith and Melanie Erickson.
No kissing of the cheeks, no prize money, no champagne. Just our undying gratitude and the smug satisfaction of getting every regular show 2 days before the general public.
That's right. That's 48-hour gap. Not even Puja. You know what? Toddy can close that.
Welcome to the leash and breakaway. Catch the sun and seize the day. Push the limit, feel the heat. Listen to the rhythm beat. Keep on moving, never slow. Where the yellow jersey goes. The tour is calling out your name. This is the leash and breakaway.
All right, welcome back to Cycling Men of Leisure's Leisure Breakaway. Stage 8 of the Tour de France. That served up blazing heat, another bad dash to the finish, and enough sweat to fill several team water bottles.
Yuck.
Yeah, well, truth hurts. Before tomorrow's hills start separating the hopefuls from the hurting, let's take a quick spin through everything that happened today. I am Michael, and with me from the Eastern Time Zone is my good friend, Adam.
Hello there. I've got my cycling glasses on. I figured in true cycling spirit, it's better than the brim, so I'm wearing my cycling glasses.
All right. Well, I think you should. Anyway, how was the ride today, the race today?
Good. I watched the rebroadcast. I believe it was on like at 5 a.m. or maybe 8 a.m. 8 a.m. I think, and then I recorded some and watched it. So I have some questions, but I'm going to wait until you give your report in case it's not redundant.
Okay. Well, stage 8 today started at Parigo, ended in Bergerac. 180.4 kilometers. That is, for you and I in America, 112.1 miles. Elevation gain was 1,150 meters, which is 3,770 feet. Today's average temperature, a beautiful, steaming hot 95 degrees. That's 35 degrees Celsius. So another day of intense heat. Basically, today's race went as follows. A 3-man breakaway was allowed a modest advantage and not a huge advantage before the sprinting teams, as we assumed, gradually reeled them in. Crosswinds never developed. I know yesterday they were talking about potential crosswinds. That never happened enough to split the peloton. So the race stayed pretty much together. The finish in Bergerac was fast and technical, but the favorites stayed upright. There was no problems there. Tim Miller produced another powerful late sprint to secure consecutive stage wins. He did it 2 days in a row. The overall contenders, pretty much finished safely together, so there was no significant changes in the general classification. As I said, Tim Miller, Soudal Quickstep, took the number 1 position, followed by Gromai, who is with Intermarché. He got second, and then Olav Kuvi, Visma Lisa Bike, came in third. So as far as the jerseys go, Toddy still holds a yellow jersey. Actually, he was able to secure the points for the green jersey today as well. White jersey is still with Del Toro, and the polka dot jersey actually wound up in the hands of Lenny Martinez. So little shake up there with the mountains. Not that there was big mountains in today's stage, but it was relatively flat. Nothing really nothing happened out of the ordinary. Although they were talking those winds, and that didn't really happen. So tomorrow going to be another relatively flat day. So we'll see how that goes. Another good day for the sprinters. So what do you got?
So my first question is the gentleman who won today won yesterday as well, correct?
He did.
And I'm wondering, even 2 stages in a row doesn't have enough points or to push him past Toddy?
Well, not necessarily. Yeah. No. I mean, you could. What you're looking at is the green goes for points, and the yellow is just going for time. So
okay, gotcha.
That's the big difference there.
I also saw the gentleman who broke his shoe holding on to the side of the car.
Mm-hmm.
And my question is it's felt like cheating for a guy who's a novice. And so what I mean is, I understand that he was having a shoe that broke. I understand that he had to do it on the fly, which, by the way, I usually have to sit down. I have to make sure I have good balance. I have to make sure that I stand up and not fall. I mean, this guy changed his shoe on the fly.
Oh, yeah.
But when he grabbed a hold of the car, that's not cheating?
That is where the rules become somewhat subjective. And I'm going to say that. And you'll hear them on the show talk about a lot of times when the guys go back to grab a water bottle, they'll say it's a sticky bottle because the guys will grab a hold of the person holding their hand out with the bottle, and they'll hold on there for a couple of seconds. Called a sticky bottle. They're, working it a little bit. You are allowed, especially in the cases of where gear goes down, injuries, things like that, you're allowed to come up along your team car or the doctor car and hold on like while they work on something. You'll occasionally see mechanics hanging out of the car, fixing, a cleat, fixing a brake or derailleur or something like that. As long as there is a scene problem that they are working on resolving, and as soon as that's resolved, they kick away from the car and go, the commissaires give a pretty wide range there. Again, on medical, you'll see right after a lot of guys have fallen, they'll hop back on their bike, get going. A mile down the road, you'll see them by the doctor's cars. They'll be holding on while the doctors are like hanging out and spraying their leg and, bandaged them up and stuff like that. That is allowed. Again, with the sticky bottles, you'll see and you'll hear the commentators go, they're starting to push it. So if you're holding on, like after you say you changed out your shoe or you fixed your cleat or whatever, and you're still holding on to the car, 20 seconds after that's been done, that's when they might decide that you might have been holding on a little too long, and that's where you'll give up a few Swiss francs.
Okay. All right. I just wanted to make sure that I understood. So in true typical fashion, looking at the time here, we're doing okay. I do have some interesting trivia pieces about the Tour de France. I find it very interesting, a couple of these pieces. I want to ask you, what does the Tour de France and RAGBRAI have in common, other than the obvious, such as cycling or whatever?
What do they have in common?
Yes, sir.
Lots of people. Tour de France riders have often participated in RAGBRAI.
I guess
I
I
know
should
that for a
be
fact
more clear
because one
now.
of them passed me one day and made it look like I was standing still, literally.
I should be more clear.
Yeah.
How about how both rides started?
Oh, I know. Okay, I get it now. Both rides started based on a newspaper. Newspaper started both of those rides. Promotion.
That's correct. So we know that RAGBRAI The two gentlemen were trying to bring publicity, if I could speak English, to the paper. And they thought, hey, we'll do this story where we ride across an entire state on our bicycle. And they did such thing. And then, of course, 53, 54, 55, or whatever it is now, years later, 53, I think, 53. This is the 53rd running because of one running none because of COVID was started because of the Register's paper. Well, the tour exists because of a newspaper war. L'Auto created the race in 1903 purely to outsell rival paper Le Vélo. It worked. Circulation exploded, and Le Vélo folded the next year. So,
if only Le Vélo would have started a bicycle race.
That's right.
Oops, missed that one.
Do you know why the yellow jersey is yellow, other than that they dye it and they use yellow threads when they make it and all that good stuff?
Oh, no, I don't remember that one.
It's a newspaper. The yellow jersey, introduced mid-race in 1919, first worn by Eugene Christoph, the Forge guy, matched the yellow newsprint of L'Auto. Writers initially mocked it. Christoph was called a canary. Boy, I tell you what, that canary turned into something you want today, all right?
No doubt. But so you're saying the newspaper print was yellow?
That's correct. Yes, sir.
Oh, my God. That had to hurt your eyes.
Yes, sir. Matched the yellow newsprint of L'Auto.
All right.
There was a scandal in 1904, a year after. So the race was created in 1903.
Mm-hmm.
A year after, there is a pretty big scandal.
And is this a cheating scandal?
That is correct, yes.
Yes. Because I'll let you finish, and then I got something to add. Go ahead.
The top four finishers, including champion Maurice Garin, were disqualified months later for cheating, including allegedly taking trains, which is what you told me about in the middle of Iowa.
That's right.
Victory passed to 19-year-old Henry Cornett, still the youngest tour winner ever. But I'll let you go ahead.
Well, I was going to say, rider number 5 became rider number 1 because
There
of
you
that.
go.
But, back in those early days, you didn't have all the crowds. You didn't really have commissaires or anything like that. They just had to get from point A to point B. You didn't have TV. And there wasn't like you have to do it between these time frames. It wasn't like, hey, everybody's watching you here. So, I mean, they were traveling at night. They'd hop on trains. They'd take planes, trains, and automobiles. Well, okay, maybe not planes, but, whatever mode they could to get to the other end. And it's like, we'll prove that we were on the train. So a lot of that going on those early days.
So I had a hard time pronouncing in the last couple of episodes domestique, right?
Domestique, yes.
Domestique. Well, I think the reason why I had a hard time pronouncing it is because it originally started as an insult. So the tour founder, Henry, sneered at Maurice Broco in 1911 for selling his services to other riders, calling him a mere domestique servant, the name stuck in the sport's most selfless job. So,
it does seem like it's kind of talking down to someone, but it's an important job. I mean, those are the guys that really, get their people where they need to be and in the right place and keep them hydrated and stuff like that. And honestly, that's where all the riders start at some point in time as a domestique, and then they're able to move up the ladder. So interesting.
The publicity caravan predates television. Since 1930, a parade of sponsor vehicles has preceded the race. Today, it takes 30 minutes long, throwing some 15 million freebies to roadside crowds each July.
15 million, really? That's a lot of tchotchkes.
That's a lot of tchotchkes.
Which it explains when you watch them on TV. You'll be going and you'll see all these people. They'll have like the polka dot hats on, or they'll have like yellow jerseys on, and they'll all match. That's because they all got their stuff from the promotional people.
Fuel. Riders burn roughly 5,000 to 7,000 calories on a big mountain day, the equivalent of about 20 plates of pasta. I just thought that was interesting. So
that's a lot of pasta.
So did you know that this is the biggest annual sporting event on Earth?
I did know that. Yes, sir.
An estimated of 10 to 12 million spectators line the roads over 3 weeks, all watching for free.
It's also the one sporting event, like I've mentioned before, where you literally can reach out and touch the athletes. I mean, it's not like any other sport you see. I mean, you're right there. And unfortunately, we've seen some of them right there in the mix when they're doing stupid things and they get in the way, but makes it pretty unique.
For free. And this last one I have for this episode, I guess I'm surprised this is not a movie, or maybe it wouldn't be enough meat on the bone for a movie, but this is really cool. I didn't know this. So the Gino Bartali secret. Now, if it is a movie, I hope I'm not about to get embarrassed because I may re-edit this out. No, I'm just kidding. I'll let it go. No matter what. I promise. No matter what, I'll let it go. But I just find this absolutely amazing. In 1938 and 1948, Winter smuggled forged documents for Jews hidden in his bike frame during World War II training rides. He never spoke of it. Israel named his righteous among the nations. That's amazing.
Yep. Get it past the Nazis. They, brilliant, actually. So
I'm surprised that's not like a movie or something.
I don't know. Not a movie I'm aware of. I mean, it certainly could be. I'm not familiar with one, but maybe we need to look that up and see if that story was ever put in a movie.
Yeah, maybe I should.
That'd be good.
I'll look that up for tomorrow. But I have some other things about stage 9 and through 10, stage 11 through 15. I'm going to hold off on those things. I have some great stuff for stage 16 through 21. But today, I never saw this on the broadcast. I was waiting for it. But the ride rode through the Vesivir Valley today, and it's home of the 17,000-year-old cave painting. And I just thought that was absolutely cool. I never heard that today. I was kind of listening and watching for that. But if I missed it, I missed it. But I thought that was amazing. So got a lot of great stuff. The other stuff I have filed in Chapter 13, I'm holding on to this one. So I've got some good stuff to help us out. So,
yeah, they do a really good job of like telling you the different castles and the different manor homes and churches and that kind of stuff. But I did not hear about that either. But those cave paintings are some of the oldest cave paintings ever discovered in the world. So that's pretty cool.
That's all I got today. I shouldn't say that's all I got because that's some amazing history and technology. I want to address a couple things. If you're following along, and if you've recently heard some echoes, we've had some loopback issues. We think we have corrected them. I didn't hear it tonight. Did you hear it tonight?
I may have heard it a little bit, but
okay.
We'll see how everything washes out in production. So,
all right. So just want to address that. And then I have an exciting announcement. Ladies and gentlemen, if you like to watch us, you used to be able to only watch us on YouTube. And then we announced later on that you could watch us on Apple Podcast. Well, a lot of you are not Apple fans, which is perfectly fine. That's the freedom. You can like what you like. But I have great news. We are now on Spotify video. So yes, that is correct. If you didn't know, Spotify has video. Not every one of your podcasts will have it, but I'm proud to announce the Road Adventures of Cycling Men of Leisure will be there in video. So Just wanted to mention that. So I'm excited. We have 3 platforms to watch us.
We're getting everywhere now. Wow. It's pretty cool.
That's all I got.
All right.
I would be remiss if I didn't wish your daughter a happy birthday.
I would as well, Maya. I hope you had a wonderful birthday today. I have a birthday one day. The following day, she has a birthday. So we kind of just, we like to keep them all stacked up here. But we're like a peloton of birthdays, just all right there. But tomorrow, stage 9, rolling punchy stage, 4 category climbs. It's not a summit finish, but with those repeated climbs, that could encourage attacks from from breakaway specialists. So we will see what that brings us.
That sounds wonderful. I look forward to that. And then a rest day.
Yes.
Welcome to the leash and breakaway. Catch the sun and seize the day. Push the limit, feel the heat. Listen to the rhythmic beat. Keep on moving, never slow. Where the yellow jersey goes. The tour is calling out your name. This is the leash and breakaway.